morning, beloveds. I'm having a messy morning. As you can see, I'm still using my phone because I don't have any idea what is going on with the two iPads other than they may have finally aged out. I don't know. I really don't know. So the good news is that we used David had an iPad for, we were able to connect for the service, but this is just getting frustrating. I don't know. All right. We are Science Mind Text. We are still in part 5 from the teaching of Jesus, Prodigal Son. And I deliberately wanted to save this one for today because I think it deserves its own little spot. The section is it's called The Stay-at-Home Son. Now his elder son was in the field, and when he came and drew nigh to the house, he heard music and dancing. And he called one of the servants and asked what these things meant. And he said unto him, Thy brother is come, and thy father hath killed the fatted calf, because he has received him safe and sound. And he was angry and would not go in. Therefore came his father out and entreated him. And he answering said to his father, Lo, these many years do I serve thee, and yet thou never gavest me a kid, that I might make merry with my friends. And he said unto him, Son, thou art ever with me, and all that I have is thine. Now, how human the stay-at-home son was, and what a theological attitude he took in regard to his younger brother. He had not entered himself, and he was not willing that anyone else should enter. His real attitude was that God should condemn everything that he himself did not like or believe. He was puffed up with self-righteousness and personal conceit, filled with petty vanity, and fuming with anger over his brother's welcome home. I expect that we meet him in ourselves nearly every day. In our personal experience with other people, in our intolerant attitude and uncharitableness towards others who do not think as we think. But God knows as little about self-righteousness as he knows about evil, for both are false. Therefore, he said unto the elder son, Thou art ever with me, and all that I have is thine. This implies that the elder son has missed the mark as well as the younger, for he had been living in the midst of plenty and had not recognized it. He needed but to have asked, and he would have received all that the father had. Both sons were foolish, but it is a question which was the more completely deluded. All right. And I may just stop with that one because there's so much in that. If you didn't watch the Sunday service, I suggest scroll back a couple of videos and watch the Sunday service because Reverend Jesse talks about righteousness. Now, there is a difference between righteousness and self-righteousness, okay? We do make decisions. As he said on Sunday, we make judgments. What we have to work on is to keep our judgments from turning into condemnations. And that's exactly what that just said. So the elder brother's mad because, he's like, well, my younger brother was foolish. And why did you let him back in? Well, why wouldn't the father let him back in? So it's like, do we believe that we have the only truth and that nobody else has the right to step into the presence of God because they don't believe like we do? Well, in Science of Mind, we don't believe that. So there's a difference between righteous judgment and self-righteous judgment. And how many times do we get all puffed up in our self-righteous judgment and we're not actually using righteous judgment? Okay. One of the things in Science of Mind, we say, whatever you want, you got to want for everybody. the person that you like the least in the world, you're good. You got to want that for that person too. Nobody's left out of the good. The other thing about the son is he's like, well, you never even gave me a kid to make merry with my friends. The question is, did he ever ask? Okay? Because God can only give you what you ask for. That's the nature of the law. The nature of the law is it only takes what you impress into it. So if you want something, you've got to be willing to, one, ask for it, and then two, move your feet towards it. Okay? The stay-at-home son, and so Ernest does ask the question, okay, which one of the two was the more deluded? Ernest doesn't answer that. He doesn't answer that. And frankly, I kind of do think that the stay-at-home son is the more deluded of the two, because he lived in the midst of plenty and never partook of it. The younger son went to his father and said, give me my inheritance. And then he went and squandered it. Okay. But then he had the sense to come back and say, look, I've screwed up. Please take me back as one of your servants. Well, obviously the father wasn't going to do that. The father was happy to have his son back. And so, but the other son was like, well, but what about me? And the father's like, you've been here the whole time. You never asked. At least the other son had the sense to ask for what he wanted. He may have made a horrible choice after, so maybe you could argue that in that case, he was a little more deluded than the stay-at-home son. But point being, that is one of the things about the prodigal son that I love about the lesson. It's like, because even people who live amongst the plenty who don't partake of it, it's like, no. You do live in the midst of plenty. Ask for what you want. Now, don't get me wrong. We can talk all about the social, what have yous, and the people who gatekeep and what have you. And we work on that. That's why we talk about social justice. That's why we get out and vote, why we talk about one of the mottos of Centers for Spiritual Living, which is the umbrella organization of Centers for Spiritual Living. Our motto is a world that works for everybody. Well, so the prodigal son, it's just one of those teachings. Like you could do a month of you could probably do a year of Sundays on just all of the amazing stuff in the prodigal son. Okay. So like I said, because that one's such a rich one and I've had a messy morning, like literally a messy morning. I'm just going to do that one little section and I don't know how much more we've got to go on the prodigal son. But we'll get back after it. So I will start up again tomorrow. So I'm just going to do the quick housekeeping and remind you, that one of the ways that you can an easy way to support the center is to engage with our social media. Go to, creativelife.org. No, sorry, that's the website. The social media is Creative Life Spiritual Center and Creative Life Spark. I think we're Creative Life Spark on Instagram and TikTok. I'm not absolutely sure about that. But on Facebook and on the website, we are Creative Life, and YouTube, we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. And I am the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. I don't have a TikTok. I do have a Facebook, a YouTube, and an Instagram. So go like, subscribe, follow, share, comment, do all the things. It bumps us in the algorithms and we appreciate it. All right. I'm also going to remind you that we are, if you want more information about the center, you can go to the website, which is creativelife.org, or if you email info@creativelife.org, that'll get you on the constant contact email. You get one email a week, because it's a real person doing it. And the hot links are hot. So, all right, now I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a clean up your messes day, a stop making messes day, a get this week started on the right foot day, a do what you need to do day, a drink plenty of water day, a stay out of the heat day. Rumor is it's going to be 101 here. That's the actual temperature. We don't want to talk about what it feels like. So take care of yourself day. And a good day. And if that's too much pressure, Simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are spirit in motion, God in action, a brilliant light, a divine spark. Nope, I'm running out of adjectives. As Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. All right? Explore the truth of your being. Know who you are. And forget everything everybody's told you about yourself. Get to know who the divine knows you to be. Because the one promise I can make you is the divine knows you to be good. And from there, all things are possible. All right, beloveds, I am going to go finish cleaning up the messes that I have made this morning. Take care of yourself. Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9 a.m. I will do this on my phone as long as they make me. It does irritate me that I can't do landscape on my phone, but here we are. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time. Oh, now I can't finish it because I have a slow connection. Come on. Figure out so I can get, thank you. All right. Know that you're loved. Know that you're loved. Absolutely loved.